have another 20 seconds of warm-up. That is fine. That gives me a do-over. That's good. That's good. Thanks, Andeo. You know, they were like, Semiramis is kind of struggling with this intro on this match. So you know what? We're just going to reset it. That's good. You know, they do care. You know? Alright, end of warm-up. Match is starting. We are going live in round 5 of the Trackmania World Cup 2021. It is Spam versus Dofault versus Aurel versus Evon. And the goal by Spam here has been stated by the interview of about an hour ago. Spam wants to win this one. Yes, indeed. This is going to be the first match that Spam is really confident into getting the first place. And that will be just basically the lock-in of getting into playoffs. And look at that. He is leaving no stone unturned. He is immediately taking the charge, taking the lead, on his way to 10 points. But Dofault is like, no way. I'm gonna go full risk, and I'm gonna go for the overtake on Spam. With the inside line, Dofault's line is paying off right now. He is taking over the lead. 0.16 is the gap between Spam and Dofault right now. That is catch-upable, as I say, as we're coming into the identity. Because this identity can make or break. As you can see, Spam is already caught up. Going into the first part of the identity, Dofault takes it beautifully. Spam is keeping up with him. Second part. Oh my god, both of them almost going into the pole sweep. Both of them making it. And now the all-important third part here. And it is Spam who will fail this, but not by too much. So that at least he still locks in second place. Dofault, I gotta give it to him. That was a nice identity by him. Deserved 10 points. Spam gets 6. Alright, pretty good here by Spam. Showing some stability here with a nice identity by him. Okay, we have the points here right now. 10, 6, 4, 3 because we just started. This is our first map Arctic Split here, round number 2. Spam is basically equal with everyone else. Evon having a slight lead, but you know, that is only very small. Oh, a nice, no airtime, high amount of grip here by Spam. And he will go for the attack on first place. Going up high, gets him a lot of speed. He will not be going for the left jump, neither will Evon or Aurel. So that means no one will be sniping anyone here. Dofault went for the left jump, but he made a mistake. He is now more than 5 seconds behind. The battle, therefore, for first place will be being fought between Aurel, Evon, and Spam. Spam going in the worst here in the identity. But with a good identity, he will catch up to the other players. Aurel, incredibly, is not dead. Somehow, he saved himself. But he is a bit slow. And that means Spam is taking advantage of this opportunity to get into second place. But Evon is looking so strong. And he will have a perfect identity. And will lock in 10 points. Spam once again on 6. You know, second is the place to be for him, it seems. But you know, we kind of want to see some 10 pointers out of him. Because 10 is a lot more than 6. 10 is a lot. We want to win this match. So normally, yeah, 6 we take those. But we want to see some 10ers. Let's go. Alright, here we go into the next round. Indeed, 10 is more than 6. The streamer can do math, which normally I can't, but I'm happy that this time around it was actually true. So, once again, this part by Spam beautifully executed. He gets the high amount of grip, and then gets a bunch of speed. Now, let's take a look at this one here. Dofault once again will be jumping to the left! What? It feels like Spam drove against the pole there, but he did not. No, indeed. Spam is a ghost. He drives right through it. And now, we will still be in the race as Aurel makes a huge mistake. He will be falling behind. Now, the battle for second place is on, as Dofault is just miles ahead right now. And Evon is taking the charge, going into the identity. Ooh, Dofault struggling a little bit already. He's going to lose some time, but not enough for him to lose his first place. And Spam does touch the pole here. Aurel will snipe him. Let's take a look at Aurel, who will give us a good overview that other players will make the identity. Spam did not make it, and he is going to be last place in this round. Alright, round 4 out of 4 on Arctic Split. Spam right now with 15 points on the scoreboard. Dofault and Evon are edging him out. because they have 23 and 20 respectively. Aurel biting the dust so far on 11. This looks to be a turnaround, however, because Spam and Aurel are battling for first in the start of this round. Aurel getting a good turn here. Takes the lead. But this is going to be an important part. Who gets the most amount of speed out of this one? Aurel goes way too high. He is out of the race. Dofault going to the left. Makes it. Going to be closer. But Spam is the one who is on the 10-pointer right now. Aurel is out of the race, but Evon and Dofault are close behind. This is Spam's round. This is the one where he gets the 10 points. Going up in the wall. And the identity is just the only part separating him from him and 10 points. Here we go for the overview. Evon is going for the attack. Let's see what Spam is doing here. He is almost touching the poles, but he makes it. The gap is half a second. Can Spam edge it out? He does so indeed. 10 points on the scoreboard. Alliance Spam has won his first round of the match. Nicely executed. Just a solid run here by Spam. 107.35 is a nice time on Arctic Split, which is actually... Okay, it's not that insane of a time because it's 1 second behind his PB, but it looked good. So... Was it 107.3? Okay, that is actually good. I misread. Anyway. I am just excited that we got some 10 pointers on the board right now. Let's move on to the next map. Nightmare. Oh wait, it's called Paradise. I forgot. Nightmare is what I'm having when I see the name of this map. Ooh, Dofault make a mistake. Aurel also. But yeah, it is a warm-up, so it's fine. Okay, here we go. Paradise. Not the best map for Spam historically. But hey, you know what? He can turn it around right here, right now. Getting 10 pointers left and right. Why not? Let's go. Aurel has the best start. But Spam is definitely in the whole pursuit. And is going for the attack already. Low jump for Spam. Low airtime. High speed. That is how Trackmania works. And it is indeed being converted in that high amount of speed. Spam taking the charge. With Alliance on his car, ALL, and also with the Alliance skin, he is boosting towards through the track right now. All the players are relatively close together. Dofault is a little bit behind, but definitely still in the race here for 10 points. It is all gonna come down to that the two important parts of this map. One is, do you get the upper gear out of this engine cut part, which is coming up now? Who gets the upper gear? Looks good here. Spam gets it and will stay first. But now, the second important part. The identity. Incredibly hard to pull off correctly. Spam has some troubles with it. But you know what? I am believing right now. I am believing. The battle for first is gone for between Spam and Evon. Spam needs a good finish to get 10 points. Spam going for the inside. Spam snipes it and he gets 10 points. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I believe. The prayers have been answered. And Spam gets 10 points. The curse is lifted. Paradise is Spam's B word right now. Alright, here we go. Into round 2 out of 4. Again, all the players close together, but it is Spam with that tiny bit amount of more speed. What we like to see, of course, the wiggle going left and right, shaking that ass, getting more speed out of it. Wow, this is an incredibly close round so far, and it's hard to tell who is going to win, but we need to see the upper gear players here. Ooh, Spam had to drift a little bit to make sure that he didn't crash, but look at that. He is still in the lead. Let's follow Aurel, because he is right behind Spam right now, going into the identity. Right, you're moving over, actually. Ooh, Spam going up real high, and he clips. That's going to cost him some time. And with some time, I mean a lot. Identity coming in, and it looks like all 3 of the players did make it. So Spam has to make do with only 3 points here. But what can you do? Alright, Dofault taking over the score lead. 39 points for him. But look who is right behind him. 38 points. It is our player from the Netherlands, Spam. here we go once again with a solid start here. In a battle with first place with him and Evon. Over the dirt we go, and these players are just all on such a high level. Look at that, the back and forth is huge here on this map. All close together, and it's all tiny differences. So as I said already, the two most important parts, the upper gear and the identity, is often what is going to be deciding the positions. And we're closing in on the first important part here already. Let's see who does best. Spam going for the outside approach, taking a bunch of speed. This is gonna get him the upper gear for sure. Evon makes a huge mistake. He is out. Dofault does not get the upper gear. Loses a bunch of speed. And now it is down to Aurel and Spam for the 10-pointer and 6-pointers. Ooh, Aurel has more speed going into the identity, but the identity is really important still. Spam he gets it a lot better here versus Aurel, and Spam is on his way to the 10 points. He needs a decent last one, but no, dreams are trashed, dreams are destroyed, because Spam did not manage to put himself over the finish line, or at least not fast enough, and he loses the points. Boy, oh boy, this identity is destroyer of dreams right now. And, you know, I must say, try it yourself and you will see why this one is so hard. It's incredibly hard to pull off, so it makes sense, but it does feel bad. Alright, here we go again. This will be round 4 out of 4 on Paradise. Can we see a redemption here? We had a good first round where Spam actually still has the fastest lap. Also, the scoreboard is incredibly tight right now. Yes, Dofault is in the lead with 45, but we have a tight second place between Spam and Aurel on 41. Evon falling behind a little bit on 34. Alright, here we go. Alright, looks like Dofault did not really get a good one, but Spam also not with the upper gear, at least with the inside line, holding on to third place. Evon and Aurel are taking the lead, taking the charge right now. But they could make mistakes in the identity, and Spam might snipe. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, good first part here by Spam, coming closer to Aurel. It's coming down to the last part of the identity. Evon and Aurel both take it beautifully. Yes, Spam had a nice last part of the identity, but sadly, with not getting the upper gear, he is just third. Alright, Dofault is turtling into the finish, getting a nice 3 points for the effort. Boy, oh boy, we are looking at another match 2 like yesterday again, with the scoreboard just being tight. Alright, warm-up coming up, turbo stairs. And this is a bit of a controversial take, because Spam in his warm-ups felt good on this map, but we did not see that great of a performance live. Struggling with the identities on this one. There are turnarounds on the identity. You basically do 180s and you want to get the instant grip. Because if you don't, you lose a bunch of time. And you need to do that 3 times in a row, which can be quite difficult. And a player who can pull this off consistently will get the most amount of points in the end. Probably, because that is a lot faster if you do it correctly. So here we go, we are live on round number 1 on turbo stairs. So far, it is a close battle. Spam not really keeping up with the rest, but as you can see, it is still close. Ooh, Aurel touching the wall here. He is going to be falling behind. He is going to be getting 3 points probably. Oh, so close to the checkpoint there. My heart is beating, but he is still in the race. Spam did not touch it, and he is looking good. Evon has to go for the release, not the best line, and that means Spam can catch up. And now the battle is on. First place between Evon and Spam. Evon needs some points desperately, because he is last on the scoreboard. But you know what? He is on 44, while the first player is on 48. So you know, it is still really close. Identity coming up. Evon is actually doing a really good part here, but if he messes up the identity, which he almost did with Spam, also not with the perfect one, but now he does mess up the identity, and this is Spam's point. No, but actually Evon going full risk. Spam has more speed, but it is Evon who makes the snipe. Oh dear lord, it is only 300ths of a second, but what a close battle between Evon and what a roller coaster. But yeah, Evon wins it in the end. I don't think that was really hard to keep up with. But what? Look at this. 54 and then triple 51. I mean, my mind is blown right now. This is actually crazy. An incredibly close match between all 4 of these players. And remember, in the general standings, Aurel has been doing incredibly well. Spam is middle of the pack, and Evon and Dofault have been struggling. And right now, in this match, the skill level is just on the same level, and it's coming down to who has the Nurse of Steel, who has the better, less shaky hands, and who can actually execute the next couple of rounds to get that lead. Aurel looking good right now, but he has to release once again. Gives Spam some opportunity to catch back up. Ooh, not the best dirt turn here for Spam. Losing some ground to Evon and Aurel. But maybe he catches that back up in the Identity. Oh, Evon not with the best landing here. He's slowing down. Identity coming up, and it's all coming down to this one. Spam takes a good first one. How about the second one? Not the best, not the worst. Oh, my dear... What? Huh? Spam's break button didn't work, and he has to respawn. What just happened? What was that? But it's like his brakes just were cut. I'm calling for fall here. Who did this? Who cut Spam's brakes? What a rigged game. Alright, here we go. Into the next round. Let's forget about that one. Aurel going for the inside line, taking some speed loss, but apparently not at all. So he is going to be in that battle for first place. Spam has the best start so far, however. This is, of course, a very close match. And then... map. So the players will stay close together, and the Identity will determine a lot here. Of course, you can get yourself an advantage throughout the map by driving that little bit faster. Or by seeing other players going into a checkpoint like Spam just showed us. And that will also make it a lot easier to get first. Dofault quite far behind, also with the gear down. So it's going to be a battle for first place between Evon and Aurel. Evon taking it safe. He's gonna lose some time. Where's Evon? Here, on number 4 on my keyboard. Oh, Aurel struggling, but both of them doing good. Oh, Evon going full risk, but it did not work. Once again going full risk, but it's not gonna happen. Aurel gets the 10 points here. Spam is battling with Dofault, but it's not enough. Spam will have to make do with 3 points. And Aurel is taking over the lead on the scoreboard. Alright, it is still incredibly close, however. 71 points for Aurel, 57 for Spam, a couple of round wins, and it is evened up once again. It is not over yet. We are still definitely racing for the win. And Spam historically is quite good once he gets into that finalist mode. I mean, he has Nurse of Steel, and he will beat out other finalists, like we have seen in the previous match versus Dofault. Wait. No, not versus Dofault. Wait, what? My mind is blanking. Biquattro, there we go. Sorry about that. I was reading Dofault, and then... Anyway, we're just gonna ignore that for now and look at what Spam is doing in this round. He is in first place with Evon incredibly close up to him. As you can see, the battle for first is between these 3 players right now, as Dofault's falling a tiny bit behind. Spam almost touching the inside of the wall. How can you still do this after you have messed this up quite a couple of times already before yesterday? The nerfs on this map are incredible. First part of the Identity, perfectly done. Second part of the Identity, perfectly done. Third part of the Identity, perfectly done. And that means we get 10 points on our screen. Spam takes the win here with an 108.73. The brakes work again. And here we go, closing in the gap, leaving Dofault behind him. Spam is now on 67. Here we go, into Circles. I'm getting excited because Circles is a good map for Spam. He has done well so far on this map, and maybe once again... Let's go. Oh, this is going to be good. Right. What about the scoreboard? Aurel, solidly 77 points. He's looking strong so far. 77, 10 points ahead of Spam, and 8 points ahead of Evon. Dofault on 63. Yeah, the match is still incredibly close though. A lot can happen, and we are not close to 120s yet. So it is still point accumulation phase for these players. Right, different approaches here at the start, but it looks so far that Spam is ahead. But of course, the speed might differ a little bit after this. No, it is still the Dutch player taking the lead. Dofault is strong, however, as well. Spam now is driving on his own, as you can see. Aurel taking the inside line. That will cost him some speed. And Spam is taking off. Spam going to the moon. A rocket emoji. Because Spam is now about already 0.2 ahead of the other players. We are looking at Dofault right now in 4th position. And I'm going to zoom in here to Evon, who is 2nd place. 0.2 behind Spam, but Spam is just so far ahead. And Circles is a close map. So if you have this lead, it should be your round. Into the identity we go, and Spam needs a decent identity to lock in the 10 points. Good first part here by Alliance Spam. How about that second part? It is looking strong. Spam on his way to 10 points. Needs to execute this last turn, and he does so indeed. Domination by Spam. More than 0.2 of a gap between him and Evon. Nice juicy 10 pointer for himself. Aurel only 4. Dofault. Dofault drives over the finish line. For a second there, I thought he was not being able to finish, but he does indeed finish. And the gap is being melted away. Aurel had an insane gap 2 rounds ago, and look at it now. Look at it now. Spam is catching up rapidly, winning 2 rounds in a row. And the momentum is definitely in his favor right now. Also on the map he likes. Right, Dofault once again with that solid start. Spam inside line had to drift a little bit more to avoid clipping. So that's going to cost him some speed. And you can see that immediately. Evon and Aurel are catching back up. But Spam is still in the race. Dofault not too bad, not too good on the ice. And he is going to slow down quite a bit here. Evon and Aurel are leagues ahead right now. And with leagues I mean like 0.1. So not two, oh actually 0.18, but still. With a really insane identity, Spam can do something here, but honestly we're kind of hoping for Aurel and Evon to pressure each other into making mistakes. But here we go already. Spam has a bit more speed and closing in. Identity coming up. Nice low jump here by the Dutch player. Oh, here we go. Evon struggling. No, he is still okay. What about Aurel? He is okay as well. Low jump by Spam. He's going full risk. He wants to get the snipes. Is this going to be enough, however? No, it does not seem to be the case. Evon and Aurel, just solid identities by them. They equal time, but Aurel is the one who gets 10 points. Spam has to make do with 4. Good race indeed. Spam giving it his all, but that was just not enough, sadly. But you gotta respect the risk. It could have been the one of the 2 players ahead of him. We're struggling a little bit, messing up a little bit, and that would be the snipe. And that is why you do it. Alright, here we go. Another round coming in. Spam once again with a solid start, but everyone else seems to be catching up after that part. Aurel, what an interesting line, going super far outside, taking a bunch of speed. Is this going to be paying off? We'll have to see on the ice. Here we go, up high. Spam looks strong here. Oh, but Evon. Evon has the rocket emoji behind him right now because he is taking over first place. Spam in second still, but here comes Aurel. Aurel is also pressing B to boost, but that's not going to be enough just yet. Onto the wall right we go. Aurel going for the attack. Spam going inside line. Dofault going super far outside for all the speeds, but that is definitely not what you want to see here because Spam is just so far ahead now. Let's zoom in on Spam right now. Ooh, Evon. Evon actually struggling a little bit. This might be the opportunity. Spam is about 0.2 behind and going for a good identity here. Who has the better speed? Is it Evon or is it Spam? Evon going up high. Spam is faster, but he needs the inside line right now. Can he do it? Will he snipe it? He will! He will snipe it. 10 points going to Spam right now. And that is what I'm talking about. GG right there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Scoreboard sneak. We have Aurel still in the lead, but look at that. Only 4 points between him and Spam. Dofault on another level right now with this start. It's probably because the others made a tiny mistake. I didn't catch it, but anyway. Dofault looking good in this round so far. 0.1 of a gap. That is catchable for Spam. Does not drive over the blue, and that means he's gonna gain a bunch of speed. Rock the emoji to the moon. Let's go. Oh, Evon has done it beautifully once again. Look at that. He is definitely very fast. Spam not really catching up to Dofault and Evon here. Going for the SDs, and look at the speed. So much more speed than Dofault right now. And the catch-up is being started. Now, the battle for second is still on though, because Dofault and Spam are basically equal right now. Evon not too fast either. So with an insane identity, the snipe can happen again. Do we see another snipe by the Alliance player? Or will Evon hold on this time? The gap is only 0.1. Spam is going low. Who has more speed? Will it be Spam or will it be Evon? Oh my god, it is so incredibly close. Who has the inside line? This time it will be Evon. Evon with the better end. But what a battle once again. Damn, good races a couple of times in a row here. This time Evon takes the win. And Spam has to make do a 6, but that is not too bad either. The scoreboard is scary. Really scary. We have 98 for Aurel. Technically still first, but you know what? It is only 1 point. 97 for Evon, 97 for Spam. Dofault is losing ground right now. For him to catch back up, he needs some round wins. Other than that, Aurel, Evon and Spam just want to rush themselves to finalists as soon as possible. All three of them need 4 wins in a row to get there on this map. So we're probably not going to see finalists on this map yet, but the players will try to get themselves to finalists as close as possible at least. Zigzag, Zag, we are here live on this map. One of the 2 newer maps, and Spam has doing quite well on this map so far. So once again, not too bad of a map for him. Let's see what kind of damage he can do on this map. Ooh, incredibly low jump, almost not making it, but he's doing it. Look at that inside line, look at the speed! Spam is doing it right now. Taking over the lead, but Evon is also looking strong. Dofault, inside line, Spam and Evon with the ramp cut, and that means they will take over the lead for first place. Spam with another good bobsled part. He always has the good entries and the nice amount of speed gets him into first place so far. Ooh, but Aurel with a beautiful tech drift completely destroying Spam in this one turn, and he will take over the lead. Now the identity is coming up, the low jumps are here. Can Spam still snipe it back or not? His identities have been good so far. And once again, he is coming closer to Aurel. Is this going to be enough though? The gap is 0.1. So Spam needs to risk it for the biscuit for the 10 pointers. Or else he will have to make do with 6. Aurel is looking strong. I don't see how this will be a snipe, but he is still quite close. Aurel does solidly make the end. And that means Spam will get only 6. Good race, good effort by Spam here to try and snipe, but Aurel just too strong. He is not giving up just yet. As you can see, the main cast is joining in because their match has probably finished. So, because they started way earlier. Alright, here we go, into the next round. Quick scoreboard glance. Aurel of 108, Spam 103, Evon 100 with Dofault trailing on 80. This time around, Spam not with the best start, but as you can see on the ice, once again, he is the king. And he's going to catch up the difference. Kind of. Oh, that is a wallbang. Right. So let's take a look at the other players right now. Dofault, you have to do it right now. Deny Aurel and Evon some points, please. Here we go, identity. Jump number 1, all the players are doing it correctly. Spam's about 3 seconds behind. That is why I'm currently focusing on Dofault right now, who did snipe Evon. Good news for Spam, because Evon is in conjunction with him for that second/first place. Aurel is just looking to get another 10 points here. Evon snipes it. Wow. Oh, but Dofault doesn't make it. And Spam does make it. So he snipes Dofault for the 3rd position. And gets himself 4 instead of 3. That's good. Alright, here we go. Into the next round. Round 3 out of 4 on the zigzag. And that means we are closing out this map quite soon. We're already over halfway done. Oh dear. The tilt. The tilt is high. Alright. Let's take a look at Dofault once again. Spam is now losing some ground here. Aurel on 118. And he is on his way to finalists by just finishing here. Dofault making a crash. But that's not going to be enough to lose it to... What? Evon and Aurel both go into a wall. Dofault is back at it. And everyone making a mistake. Sadly, this is really a free round. Spam should have been at the top here. But no, he made a huge mistake. And especially this round, kind of unlucky. Because otherwise he would be far ahead. And Aurel is just on his way to winning another round here. And getting another 10 points. Spam is still 6 seconds behind right now. Aurel on his way to winning. And he is on 118. So it would be nice if he actually wins here. Denying the points to Dofault and Evon. So that's something, I guess, to get out of this round. It's not great. But still. Aurel will be finalist. And will have one attempt on this map. So my quick math at the start of this map definitely failed. Wait, what? Dofault taking it safe? Why? He was in a battle with Evon. Huh? Okay. Whatever. Definitely getting PayPal by Evon right now. Alright, Aurel, finalist. He might win it all here. His first finalist attempt. Spam in that cheeky 110 position, which means if he gets first right now, he is finalist as well. Not only denying Aurel, but also getting finalist himself. So that is definitely going to be the goal of Spam here. Let's go. Get the 10 pointers. Looks good so far. Spam is taking over in the lead. Evon also always with it. Oh, Bonker W, but he still makes it. Evon going so far to the left, but he does make it as well. Now. That's all so scary. And I'm not even driving. But Spam is still on the road somehow after that. But yeah. Woo! That was scary. Evon has taken over the lead, however. At least we are... Aurel is being behind right now, so he will not... Oh, here he comes. Never mind. I summoned the beast. I summoned the beast. And he is here to take it. Aurel on his finalist. Evon is the only one between him and the match win right now. Spam has fallen behind a little bit between Evon and Aurel. Aurel struggling a tiny bit on the first part of the identity. Spam coming closer, but it is not enough yet. Evon is the gatekeeper. Evon is the one who needs to deny Aurel. But Aurel is coming closer. Aurel on his way to trying to snipe it. But Evon is looking solid. I think he's going to get the identity good here. He does so indeed. And Evon will get 10 points. Denying Aurel and getting finalist himself. Spam on 114 right now. Oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. Yes. It is Semiramis. The best map we could see right now. Out of all 10 is Semiramis. And look at that. Spam needs 2 in a row to get the win in this match. He needs to get first here. Because otherwise Evon and Aurel will probably win. Then he will be finalist himself. And he needs to lock in his finalist. This is it. This is make or break right now. For Alliance Spam from the Netherlands. He needs 2 good rounds in a row here on the map. He does like a lot. He is confident on this one. So the map is definitely the good here. Let's see what he can do. Right, onto the dirt we go. Not too good of a start so far, but catch-upable. Right, decent drift by all 4 of the players here. Spam has more speed in the end. Look at that, he's already catching up. He's going rocket emoji. Oh, that is so scary, but he does make it. Going full risk. Spam has all of them balls right now. Evon makes a mistake. Everyone is being left in the dust by Spam right now. Aurel, still in the race. Oh, he's going super aggressive. And this is what I'm talking about. This is World Cup 2021 in the group stage. Aurel on his way to trying to beat it. Spam with lower airtime, and he is going for the attack. Spam in the lead right now. Let's look at Aurel's perspective. Spam has the advantage here going into the identity with Aurel getting the actual... what you call it, gear down, which means Spam extends his lead. Spam, oh, Aurel makes a huge mistake, and Spam is getting the 10 pointers, getting finalist, denying Aurel and Evon the points, and we have a triple finalist on our hands. Here we go. One more. We are live in the rounds of the rounds. If Spam wins this one, he will get 3 points and basically guarantee playoffs. Semiramis, the map. They're off maps. Look at the start. Oh, Spam is going super fast already at the start. Will take over the lead, but he actually gets the gear down. No! He gets the gear down and Evon is so far away. Spam is falling behind. Dofault. Dofault. This is your time to shine, Dofault. You are in second, but you can snipe Evon. You can do it. Okay, you are like 0.4 behind, but you can still do it. Go, Dofault, go. Let's just take a look at what Spam is doing in the meantime. Evon, honestly, his round to give away right now. Evon on his way to getting 3 points in this match and winning the whole thing. But he still needs a decent identity. Seems to be making it. And Evon on his way to winning the match. It was almost here, but it was not meant to be. Evon instead getting the 3 points. GG, well played by the Polish player. Getting himself 3 points. But it is not over yet. Who will be second? Here we go. We are going to decide who is second right now, unless Dofault wins the round. It is still going to be incredibly important. This is going to decide if Spam gets 2 points or less. Once again, Spam has the better start. Good drift by him as well here. Taking more speed. Will take over the lead. We are following Aurel right now, who is falling behind the tiny bit. Good middle part here by all the players. Especially Dofault, who manages to close the gap. Look at that, Aurel going for the attack. Somehow doesn't lose speed. The Frenchman is on fire. The Frenchman is here to win. Aurel is going God mode right now. And he is on his way to locking in second place, denying Spam of the fact. But it is not over yet until we drive over the finish line. The identity is still left to come here. And if Spam has an insane identity and Aurel somehow messes up... No, Spam makes a huge mistake. So Aurel will win second place. And Spam is being left behind right now. Oof. That hurts. That is not good. Alright, it is Spam versus Dofault right now. At least get that third place. At least get that 1 point. We have one more round on Semiramis to go. Let's close it out. Dofault versus Spam right now. Deciding who will be third and who will be fourth. Who gets 1 point and who gets nothing. Spam is finalist mode. Dofault is on 106 right now. So Spam has a couple of attempts. Yes, but preferably he locks it in right now. Alright, Spam in the lead. As you can see. Dofault not with the best tech slide either. But also Spam not with the best one. So that means we stay about equal. The gap is 0.2 coming into the identity. This should be Spam's, but the identity is still left to go. Oh my god, he gets the gear down and Dofault is back in the race. Spam needs a good identity now to make sure he gets the win, but he actually clips. Okay, it is fine though, because Dofault is now only on 116. We will be moving to the next map, but Spam has another free attempt. Alright, that was Semiramis, which he got a nice first round, denying the finalist attempts of both Aurel and Evon. Sadly though, the rest of the map did not go that well. Yeah, it is not over for Spam yet. Definitely still he's still able to get into the playoffs. He just needs well, he definitely needs to get third here. And then he needs an insane last match. Possibilities are endless. Alright, Arctic Split. Do or die right now. Dofault is on 116? Yeah, 116, which means Spam gets one more free finalist attempt. Dofault needs to win 2 in a row. Spam just needs to win 1. For that third place. Here we go. Good start here by the Dutch player, edging out at the start. As you can see, Dofault is somewhat behind right now. Spam is going full turbo mode, extending his lead more and more every single turn. The gap is now 0.25, a quarter of a second between Dofault and Spam. But we know Dofault will go to the left and will full risk it. This is going to close the gap quite a bit, as you can see. Not only jumping lower, but also lower amount of distance traveled. And the gap is slowly fading away. Luckily though, Spam is just faster in general. Higher pace in general. As Dofault takes a bunch of grass. Dofault cannot handle the grass. And Spam, being from the Netherlands, is all about that grass. I cannot believe I just made that joke. Okay, here we go into the identity. Spam almost messing up, but he does make it into the second part. Looks good once again. Spam, one more part to go. And Dofault goes into the pole, which means Spam locks in third place. At least 1 point here. Copium is high, but hey, 1 point at least. GG. Okay,